All right, I feel like I haven't reviewed a movie in like forever, and now I just got back from seeing Bullet Train, and yes! Bullet Train. So Bullet Train is the newest action comedy movie that's coming out this Friday. It stars Brad Pitt along with a whole lot of other people. This movie is officially out tomorrow, and it's movie good. This is like the best way I could set this movie up is it's the most unapologetic, entertaining summer movie of 2022. Best way to put it. Everything. It has comedy, it has action, it has violence, it has a plot that's pretty easy to follow, it has twists and turns, and I'm just like, weirdly, it works. The ensemble of character that you kind of like, care about all of them, even the people that get like wiped out like first like 10 minutes in the movie, but you got an action scene leading up to it, and it just made for some entertaining, like, good shit. And there was a checklist of things a summer movie needed to have. This movie hits it all. I'm not saying it all works all the time, but I will say that overall, I'm just like, when I look back on this summer, I'm going to be like, Bullet Train. That was like, yeah, that was a standout. In the pros and cons, I believe that Bullet Train is officially in theaters tomorrow. You can see it now. So let's talk about why this movie, I think, is just crazy. Maybe not good, but crazy. Let's talk about it. First of all, the movie, Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt works. He's crazy because it was like, I saw Brad Pitt one other time this year in that, what was it, Lost City movie back in January, I think. Small role, and I was like, oh, it's good seeing Brad Pitt back in the action movie, the shit like that. And I feel like Brad Pitt was like Ryan Reynolds light in this movie, but it worked because it felt like, well, this was Ryan Reynolds in this movie. Ryan Reynolds would just Ryan Reynolds it up and shit like that. Like, he'd just be like, Deadpool and Free Guy. I feel like Brad Pitt brought a kind of like element to the movie that's like, I'm not trying to be a badass. It's just that, I just end up kind of just nonchalantly kind of killing folks. And it works because Brad Pitt's likable, and his character is just so like, yeah, I'm having a good time watching you just do your thing. Because also it's just like, he's not like OP like John Wick. Just like, oh yeah, I'm a badass on this train, wiping everybody. No, it's just like, I'm like, why are you guys trying to kill me? I'm gonna defend myself, which might end your life. But it's still, I like Brad Pitt. There's a lot of other people too. You got Aaron Taylor Johnson, you got Brian T. Henry, Aaron Taylor Johnson. They were definitely standouts too in the movie too. Death's Assassins. They were good. For overall casting the movie, pretty good. I liked it. Okay, plot in the movie more or less is real easy, simple to. Okay, there's like a lot of things happening, but here's like the one main plot point you gotta remember. Pretty much, you got Brad Pitt gets on this train. It's like, okay, yeah, here's the briefcase on this train. All you gotta do is just get it off the train. That's it. But there's also like a whole bunch of other people trying to get this briefcase too, and the things that happen to them that kind of all make their stories intersect to get on the train, to get to the briefcase, is actually some pretty well written shit. Stuff that you just like, this could just fall apart so hard, but when it's all done, it's all explained pretty well, actually. You're just like, well, it really all worked, surprisingly. Plot in the movie pretty simple. Just Brad Pitt, get the briefcase, get it off the train, but other people trying to stop him getting that briefcase off the train. That's what you need to know about the movie. Plus, a lot of people die. That happens too. Pros in the movie, okay. Action in the movie was entertaining as shit. Entertaining because it was just like they're on this bullet train and shit like that, but it's like the action kind of, it's like action and comedy mixed together, kind of reminding you like kind of like Rush Hour 2 kind of. Of course, like Chris Tucker, but it was still like that. It's entertaining the fact that it was just like, it's so like well choreographed, well paced. You can see what's happening. It's framed up and shit. I actually got a good time watching it. It's very entertaining. Plus the characters themselves, when you meet them and you're on this train with them, it's just like, I'm having a good time with these characters. They're entertaining. They're just like, I understand their motives and what they're going for. It's some really good shit. And like I said about the movie, the fact that, okay, this is definitely one of those like suspend your disbelief, turn your brain off. This is one of those, like, I hate saying this, but it is one of those turn your brain off action movies, because there are things that happen in this movie that are just like, that would just not happen at all. Nope, not hearing it. A quick example is there was a point where Aaron Taylor Johnson was outside and on top of the bullet train. It's called a bullet train for a reason. That thing goes like 1,000.2 miles an hour. Like, he wouldn't hang on to that at all. He'd be gone, he'd be dead. Plus there are lots of other things that happen, but I don't want to spoil it all. I don't want to make you be like, oh, this is some unbelievable bullshit. Yeah, also the movie's like, it's like 2 hours and 5 minutes long, and it doesn't feel long, but it is kind of like you sit back and you're just like, It's a pretty long movie. No, I hate using long movies as like a negative. I'm just saying it's just like one of those like, oh shit, this is a pretty long movie. At the end of the day, Bullet Train had a great time with it. It was entertaining. It was unapologetic. This movie was just what a summer movie I feel should be. It doesn't make sense all the time. Some people might feel like, oh, this is stupid, mediocre bullshit. And I'm just kind of like, this is one of those movies, I guess I'm just gonna say that you just gotta turn your brain off. It's summer. Summer's about to end. Sit back, have a good time, enjoy the movie, enjoy the madness. For nothing else, it's one of those movies that it'll come on TNT and shit or USA. You can just have it on for ambient noise and just still kind of be like, yeah, I'm on the floor and shit, vacuuming, but I'm still watching this movie. That being said, I'm really gonna say that Bullet Train is definitely a good 7 out of 10, which is definitely worth seeing at matinee. Bullet Train's in theaters officially now. You're gonna see it, you're not gonna see it, type below. Let me know your thoughts on it. If you're gonna see it, you like it, type below. Let me know about the movie, what you thought. As always, subscribe. Until next time.